Hello, how are you? This is Els coming from bmascraftycorner. And, you know, my brain works in the weirdest ways. So I have a couple of boxes of these boxed cards from American Crafts. And I got these, I think they were like 30% off or something at Tuesday morning, $5.99, and then I got them like for less than that. I don't know. I might have paid full price because I just went, hey, I can get happy birthday cards. I don't know. But I have these cards, and I said, you know, I bet you everybody has some cards. So let's do a card journal. So I took out a bunch of cards, and I started kind of, fussing with them, and I went, this is stupid. So I then said, well, what can I do to make this more like an actual journal? And I said, well, put some paper in there. So my brain said, let's put in paper. So I did this as a little prototype, and so I just put regular copy paper in there just so I could see what it would look like. And guess what? It works. So you have like a card and like a little journal area, and then like, I think I did this one this way. I haven't done the finger thingy yet. Oh, there we go. There's the top. All right. So you got a card and some paper and a pocket, and a card and some paper and a pocket, and a card and some paper and some pockets. And I said, you could do this as many times as you want it to. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And so you can make this out of cards, or you make it out of cardstock. I thought about this. A lot of us have this one-sided cardstock, and we don't necessarily want to do this in this size. You can do it in this size if you want to. But I thought, how cool would it be if you could pre-make like your signatures and just have like a stack of them that you could draw from and put into your book. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Okay? So this one's easy peasy. All right? I'm going to walk you through it just to get started, and then we'll finish it up. So I'll be right back, okay? Okay. So the paper I'm using today comes out of the Craftsmart Garden Dreams pad. And I went through and picked out a couple of sheets of this. And I have one right here, so let me show you how this is going to work. So this is a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I'm going to score it at 6 inches because I'm just going to make this, the full 6 inches. So I'm going to score it at 6 inches, and I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to do this 6 by 9, so I'm just going to take 3 inches off the bottom. And I'll save that 3 inches. We'll use it for something. So we now have 5 of these. So I've got this one here that's got the vines, and this one with the little flowers, and I got this one with flowers and a bumblebee and more flowers, and then this butterfly one. So what I'm going to do is move this over to here, and this over to here. So now I have flowers, and then a design, and flowers, and a design, and flowers, and a design. Okay. Now, I made this to work out of cards. So if you have cards, you just use your cards, turn them inside out. Okay? And then, since these are 9 by 12, you can use full 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. So we're going to get some of those together, 3 or 4 pieces per, and we're going to get those together, and then we're going to get them stitched, folded and stitched in. So I'm going to get the paper, and I'll be right back. So, 5 pieces of cardstock, 5 mini signatures. These are only 3 pages each, you know, just little. And I purposely worked on this size so that, you know, we didn't have to cut any paper down. This is easy peasy stuff. So all we're going to do is put this in here, in center, and then we're going to poke holes in this, and we're going to be doing a 7. So I'm just going to put one in each one. And we can trim if we need to, but we don't have to. And that worked out. Okay. So, when I did the, you know, the demo, I glued it together and then I tried to stitch it. No. Stitch first, glue second. That's the lesson I learned. So, I am going to make one template for this. And these are 9 inches tall, so I'm going to make a 9-inch template to do these. So, look at that, isn't that perfect? Alright, so let me cut this down. Whoop. Okay, so that's 9 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and score this real quick. And since we're only, you know, we're only doing this one line of holes, we just have to, any score line will do. Because we just want to be able to fold it. Okay? And then we're going to make some marks. So this is 9 inches. What did we do with it? There it is. You know, if my head wasn't attached. Alright, so 9 inches, the middle of which is 4.5. And we'll come in a 1/2 inch at the top and 1/2 inch at the bottom, which leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go there and there. Alright, so that's 4 inches, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. There we go. 7 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now all we have to do is make sure that we've got our paper in here where we want it. Take our folded template, put that in, and we're going to poke some holes. This is easy peasy stuff, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Move it over. Put a clip on it so you know what the top end is. That's important. Alright, next one. Nice and even top and bottom. Put in template. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have an issue. 7. Okay. Top. Moving on. Alright, so I'm going to do that to all of these. And then I'm just going to stitch them in with a simple 7 stitch. And then we'll glue them up. So to sew this in, I'm actually going to use like friendship bracelet cord. instead of, you know, what I would normally use. So I have some friendship cord here. And I'm just gonna take a healthy piece, cut it off, put it on the needle, go. And then I'm going to stitch these in. So, just like you would do for a 5, you're going to go through the center. I like to put my clip on it. That just holds it from coming through. And then I'm just going to go to the next hole, come back up, go down, come up, go back down, come back up, go back down, up, down, up, down, and then back up. Okay, so you should have a full straight line of stitches on the back, and you should have all but one stitch here in the front, which we're going to complete right now by wrapping underneath that one and pulling against each other. That'll tighten them up without tearing the paper. And then tie a knot. And then trim your pieces. That's it. This one's done. Okay? I'm going to sew the rest of these in. And once I get them all sewn in, I'll come back and we'll talk about putting these together as pockets and things. Okay? Be right back. Now we have all of this sewn in. So we have the paper inside. And then we have to do the pockets. Now, here's the thing. This is 9 by 6. So we'll have 6-inch deep pockets here. That's okay. But that means we'll have 9-inch deep pockets for the top. So when we glue this part together, we're going to want to glue, you know, about halfway or so down, 6 inches or so down. So I just have the clamps on here to kind of hold it all together. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have the bottom on the bottom and the top on the top. Okay, so I'm just going to go through real quick. This one doesn't matter. I like that. There. Butterfly is going in the right direction. And this is at the bottom. Okay. So, these are my tops. And I'm going to put a little mark over here where the tops are so that I know when I'm putting these together. Okay? So now that I have all of my paper in, I can glue these together. Now, I have to decide. Do I want a top pocket first and then a side pocket, top pocket, side pocket, or do I want side pocket, top pocket? And I actually think I'm going to do all of these side pocket. And then I can use the tags in the sides as tabs. So I think I'll do that. So I'm going to start with the one on the bottom. Let me get the right glue. There it is. Okay, now if I want to do a top pocket, obviously I'm going to put glue across here at some point because I don't want huge and, you know, it's very wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a side pocket on here. So I'm going to put glue along this edge. Up here. And I'm going to make this 2 pockets. And then I'm going to line this one up, top and bottom. And on the outside here. Press that together. It's going to give me 2 pockets. Okay. So I'll have 1 pocket here and 1 pocket over here. And then we're going to do 1 big pocket. So again, glue across the bottom, glue up the sides, and then a double pocket here. And you know, it's yours, so you do, if you want to do a top pocket, do a top pocket. If you don't, then just do side pockets. Alright, last one. And that one we did was a double pocket, so this is going to be a big pocket. I'm going to go ahead and clamp all this together and let it dry, and then when I come back, we'll work on finishing it up, okay? We're done with this. This is all glued up. We've got a nice spine here. We have pockets. We have 2 pockets in here, and we have 1 big pocket here. And then another double pocket here, and another big pocket here, and then we have our front. Okay, so now we want to kind of bind all of this together. And you know, you can do this any way you want to. What I'm going to use is a piece of book cloth. So I've cut a piece of cloth that I think, you know, kind of works with my paper. It's different. And it's slightly larger than the book. So I'm gonna trim this out of here. And this is just book cloth. And if you don't know how to make book cloth, there's a video for that in the file. I'll try to link it at the bottom for you. All right. So, as you can see, this is actually longer than my book, and I'm okay with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it down to the bottom of my book, right there, and then I'm just going to draw a little line here so I can cut this off. All right. Okay. So that will cover my spine. Okay, so now I'm just going to find the middle. Right there. I'm going to line that up about the middle of my book. And I am going to use the glue of my choice to glue this on. Okay? And once I have this glued on, and it's all nice and straight, then the next part is going to be to put my covers on, and I've chosen this butterfly paper, which is cut to go right along my edge and show a bit of my spine. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do this part, and then I will be back and we'll take a look at everything else. Okay? So I added my fabric, and then I went ahead and put my paper over the top. And when I open it up, I now have journaling pages and my pocket, and you know, places I can decorate, and more journaling paper and more pockets and more places to decorate. And it goes through all the way. Now, if you want to make this last a little bit longer, you know, more than like, you don't want to use this as just a monthly thing, what I recommend is that you use some bookbinding tape, and this is 5.5 inches. So I'm going to get a piece that is 5.5 inches, give or take. Oh, I know there's a cutter around here. Okay. Go. And I'm going to put this right here on my spine before I cover up my spine. And I will wrap this around. And that's just going to give it a little extra stability before I add, you know, my fabric. And then, of course, my book cover. Okay, just like that. And that'll just give me a little extra security here, so that when I'm opening this, I have a little bit more holding on, a little more biting here. So, you know, if you're going to do this and it's just going to be like you're going to do one for every month, then it's okay to do it without it. If you want to add a little stability, you could add that by using the bookbinding tape. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is do a little decorating in here and add some cards and tags and things, and I will get some stuff together and I'll be right back and we'll get started on that. So let's take a look. So I started off with 5 pieces of scrapbooking paper, which I just cut down to the height that I want it, and then folded in half, which gave me a 6-inch wide book. And I used just one paper kit on this, okay? I used a piece of fabric here, and all we did was stitched a small signature into each one of these, and then we glued them together, creating pockets on the sides here. Because this one is so tall, I didn't want to do any top pockets, but you could do a top pocket if you do the smaller version. Okay, now remember, you don't have to use scrapbook paper. This was designed to be made with cards. So any of these, you know, little cards that you get, or Christmas cards, whatever cards you have, if you're looking to do a card journal, this is more of a journal than it is a tag book, which is typically what we see with cards. And the reason that I did it this way is, you know, this is something that is perfect to record your daily thoughts. There's a couple of little tuck spots in it where you can just, you know, tuck in some things, some cards and things like that. So this is the one that I made. I added a little pocket here and just one of the little cut aparts. You got one of the cards here. Just a nice big card that you can use. And then when you flip the page, you've got another, you know, section of journal. And then there's a little pocket here with a little card and a couple of small tags. Now these aren't totally done yet. I haven't finished them, but I will. And then you flip the page and there's more journaling space and another large card here on the side. And then another tuck spot here, and you've got a little tuck up here, some more tags, more journaling space. Okay, and you can make this as thick as you want. You can, you know, you could do 52 sections, but they're all stitched and then glued together, and then you covered all of that with the fabric here to create a sort of binding and just beautiful pockets. That's it, guys. That is my take on a card journal. Okay, all of the measurements and everything will be in the description box below. If you have any questions, as always, you can either reach out to me through Facebook, through Instant Messenger, email me if you'd like, or you could just put your question in the comments and I will answer it, usually within 24 hours. That's all I have for you today. I hope that you give this a try and that you enjoy it. Until I see you again, if you haven't done so already and you're new here, go ahead and hit that red button for me and subscribe, like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends. Then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. I go live on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, and 1 across the country. And I post videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. Till I see you again, stay safe. Bye-bye.